Hello. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Lori. How are you guys? Oh, no such luck. Hi, Jen. Later. Hi, Margaret. I miss you too. So much. Today I tried real hard not to feel sorry for myself for missing people and feeling sad about the way the world is right now. I tried to stay very grounded today and just get into the flow of my life. You're welcome for lighting the candles. Yeah, it's a little blah sometimes. So, anyway, yeah, I was thinking today about, I woke up and I just really was determined to have a good day because I didn't have a headache and I didn't have any jaw tension or neck tension. And so I just tried to stay focused on the present moment as much as possible. I went to the dog park. Hi, Starfay. I'm gonna just move it up a little. And I did some housework and I went online to do a yoga class with Tracy Hodgman, who is one of my early teachers that I've been able to reconnect with online during this time, which is pretty cool. So I did she does a lot of yoga nidra or guided meditation stuff, and so it's good for me to do that if I'm going to be offering this. It's nice for me to do it myself so that I can have the experience as a student, not just as the one who's guiding it, and remember what it feels like to be guided and everything. So I didn't really have any new insights other than, as always, it's really nice to be guided, and it's also challenging to just allow myself to totally drop in and be guided. And although I did pretty well with it, and so anyway, I'm glad to be here. And so I don't know. Hi, Laura. I don't know where you are in your house right now. I'm in my living room, and I'm sitting on a bolster. I have a couple of yoga props in my house. I have some blocks and some bolsters and straps and things like that. So that I've collected over the past 20 years. And that's making it easier for me to do my practice at home. So I like to sit up on something so that my hips and my knees can be in the same plane and be comfortable, and so I can find my seat more easily. So why don't we start in a seated position tonight, and then we'll move down towards the ground. And as always, of course, you can do the meditation seated or in a reclined position. I think in the evening it's extra nice to be on your back, and to do so with some implements that make it more comfortable, like finding the right pillow and blanket and stuff like that, making sure you're warm as your body is still, you don't get chilly, and maybe covering your eyes. So see if you can, family room with a heating pad on your jaw. Laura, oh, are you having jaw issues? I've been having some jaw issues, and that's not fun. So maybe we can talk about that, or I can talk about that in the meditation, as I pretty much always do. Anybody who watches these will probably know what my issues are, because, we all have the same issues, generally. Humans, we all have the same types of issues, so. But yeah, I tend to have a lot of tension up in my neck and jaw and the front of my chest, which is totally common. So being a human being on the face of the earth that has to stand on my own 2 feet, and who has to look at a screen, and who tries not to put my head forward all the time. And I made a live video today of myself making sherbet. Some of you might have seen it. And I was really looking at my posture and noticing that even though I try not to, my head is more forward than I would like it to be. So finding your way into a seated position and finding your own spine and allowing your shoulders to relax. You might do just a couple of shoulder circles, bringing your shoulders up. Hi, Steve. And back down, kind of squeezing your shoulder blades together, bringing them up and around, and then maybe switching directions. Just a couple of tension relieving exercises for your upper body. And then you might just bring your shoulder blades up and kind of squeeze into the back of the neck and release that. And then maybe open your mouth and release it. I'm reading Laura's comments. She has some neck and jaw issues. So maybe one more time, just gently stretch your jaw. Keep your spine upright and the front of your chest open. And release it. And then just draw your shoulder blades together. You could bring your elbows back too and just open up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And maybe one more time like that. You might even raise your arms up and stretch. And then bring your hands back down onto your legs. You could put your hands facing down onto your thighs for grounding, more of a grounding mudra with your hands. And then begin to bring your awareness to your breath. And let's take some breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So inhale through your nose, filling your lungs, feeling the rib cage expand, and then just exhale out through the mouth. And just do that like 2 more times. Inhale through the nose, filling your lungs, and then just sighing out through your mouth. Maybe this time you could do it with sound. Do it one more time. That felt kind of good. Just letting it go. And then maybe your eyes are closed and you could sit for a moment here and feel your upright spine like an antenna. So feel grounded in your lower body and feel how the spine rises up, lengthening up through the crown of the head. Feeling the breath coming in and out through your nose. Relaxing your face and your jaw in this upright position. And then maybe keep your eyes closed if you can, or just soft gaze and bring yourself onto your back. So coming into a comfortable place. Hopefully you have somewhere comfortable to be right now. So making your way onto your back and shifting around enough and doing enough little movements until you feel like you're in a place where you can stay for 15 minutes or so without too much discomfort. So if that means finding the right pillow to put under your head so that your neck is supported, or covering your eyes with something, taking the time to do that to set yourself up so that this time can be comfortable and meaningful to you. And then allowing yourself to come into this relationship with gravity where you're horizontal, you're on your back. And in this position, there's just more of your body touching the floor, and more of your body is able to release because of this relationship with gravity. So you don't have to hold as much tension in your muscles as you would if you were sitting upright, or you were standing, or in some other relationship with gravity. So feeling the effects of gravity, which is the force which is holding you to this earth. And bringing your awareness to your breath again, just allowing your breath to be very comfortable and relaxed. There's no right way to breathe now. If you want to do that exercise again where you inhale, let's do that again. Let's inhale through our nose, fill up our body with air, and then exhale through the mouth. Just sigh it out. And do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Just releasing it, letting it go. And feeling the back of the body against the floor. Your head is quite heavy. And feel the eyes relaxing. All of the little creases in your eyelids are softening. If you have any wrinkles around the corners of your eyes, those too are softening. And then notice your jaw. Sometimes it's hard to even see the tension or feel the tension that we're holding, the excess tension. So sometimes it's helpful to bring the hands up and to touch the muscles in your jaw and in your face, and to give them a little bit of a massage, just encouraging them to loosen and relax. I put some facial oil on before this, so it's easy for my fingers to slide over my skin. You might remember that trick for the next time we do this. So just feeling those muscles and giving them a little gentle massage. You could come down the edges of your jaw and then back out. And then bring your fingers up into your temples. And do the same, just gently pressing on your temples. There's muscles in there. And giving them a little massage. And then you might also rub your fingers out through the bridge of the nose, making it wider. And underneath the eyes, your puffy eye bags, just pressing on them. And kind of widening your face. And then do your forehead too. Just bring your fingers up to your forehead and make it wider and softer. And then take your hands and rub them together and generate a little bit of heat in between your palms, and then bring them onto your eyes and just rest your hands on your eyes for a moment. Breathing gently, letting your breath be natural and comfortable. And then just taking your hands back down. You could bring your palms facing open by your sides and just feel your palms be very relaxed. So the fingers might curl up a little bit. Very soft hands, even softer, even more relaxed. Feeling the backs of your hands against the surface that you're laying on. And then feeling the tongue inside your mouth also releasing. You can't really massage your tongue with your fingers. I mean, you could, but imagine if you could, what that would feel like. And on the insides of your cheeks, there are actually techniques to get people to release their jaw where we go inside the mouth. So you might, rather than doing that right now, you might imagine it in your mind. And you might imagine that it's releasing some of the tension, and that your jaw can be just slightly feel like it's not hinged so tightly. Maybe the lower jaw is slightly apart from the upper jaw. And continuing to feel the breath coming in and out through your nose. So you might feel that breath right in your nostrils as it comes in and out. And goes into these trees of your lungs with all of their branches and their tiny little sacs that inflate and deflate with your breath coming in and out. Oxygenating your blood, releasing carbon dioxide as you exhale. And then feeling the openness of your chest. Feeling how your heart is beating inside of your chest. You might be able to feel it. And pumping blood throughout your body. This incredible heart muscle, cardiac muscle that you have that lasts a lifetime. And feeling the heaviness of your back against the floor. So you might even feel like the back of your body is expanding a little bit more. It's widening. And you could, in turn, feel that your sternum and your rib cage is also widening and opening up a little bit more. So some of the tissues and muscles and such that keep your rib cage tightly knitted are softening a little bit and able to expand a little bit more with the breath and contract more comfortably. The respiratory diaphragm, which is attached to the bottom of your rib cage and to many other structures in your body, that sheet of muscle is moving up and down with your breath. So as you inhale, it moves down to accommodate the air in your lungs, and then as you exhale, it moves up to push the air out. So it's like a jellyfish just floating up and down inside of your body. It's one way to imagine it. You might just imagine that, kind of like that flow of that muscle going up and down, helping to pull the air into your body and to push it back out. And as your respiratory diaphragm moves, so does your belly, gently. You might allow your belly to be softer, to be more pliable, so that the air, as it comes in and out, has more room. So there's all these rhythmic activities going on inside your body. The rhythm of your heart beating, of your blood circulating, the rhythm of the breath, of the movements of the diaphragms that are in your body, including this diaphragm in your throat, your glottis, that moves as the air comes in and out. Perhaps some movement in your pelvic floor muscles, which also form a type of diaphragm that moves rhythmically with your breath. So inviting the breath to come deeper into your body, deeper into your belly, into your pelvis. So there's lots of room for the breath in your body, lots of space inside of you. Feeling your pelvis against the floor, your sacrum, that flat bone in your lower back. Just feel it expanding and making contact with the surface you're laying on. The heaviness of your legs, and like your palms and your hands, the softness of the soles of your feet. So So let them be very soft and receptive and relaxed. Then bringing your attention here now in this relaxed way, as if you were able to take your consciousness out of your physical body and sort of pull yourself out and hover above yourself. Kind of like they talk about with people who are having near-death experiences, or, it's sort of a theme. So imagining that. You don't have to believe that it actually happens or not, but for the sake of this meditation and your imagination, imagining yourself, your body is very quiet, very still. And so imagine yourself sort of, your life force, energy, your spirit, whatever, kind of looking down on this body that is very temporary, and seeing it laying below you. Still breathing, still alive, but with the recognition that your body is temporary. And seeing how still and relaxed it is, but still so alive. And you might look down on your body and upon yourself in this way, with just really like if you were a parent looking at your newborn baby, you would look upon yourself with, or upon your child with love and compassion. So just taking a moment, just looking at your body like, wow, all of the things that your body does for you. It works so hard for you. And it's really like an amazing piece of equipment, as well as an amazing vessel for your journey here on this earth. So having some like gratitude as you look down upon yourself, knowing that your body has, it's got its quirks and its struggles and everything, but it's also really a magnificent, amazing thing, your body. And so giving yourself that little moment of compassion too for how much your body does for you, and how sometimes it's so challenging to have a body. So feeling empathy and compassion for yourself. And then you might begin to feel like you're able to go back into your body. You're able to sort of re-embody yourself. And you might actually feel that here as you're on the floor, like there's a sense of maybe your breath becomes a little faster, your heartbeat picks up a little bit. It's good to be back in your own body. So just feeling the good feeling of your breath coming in and out through your nose. Feeling the expansion and contraction of your rib cage and your lungs as the breath comes and goes. And then you might take a moment here in these last moments of this meditation to send a little bit of that love and tenderness and compassion and breath to any part of your body that really especially needs it right now. So I know for Laura, she mentioned her breath or her jaw, and that has been an issue for me lately as well. So maybe you could send that loving gaze and that breath to that part of you that really needs it. It's easy sometimes to look at other people with compassion and with love, and sometimes we struggle more with ourselves in that way. So just taking another moment like that, knowing that these are challenging times for all of us. There are There are definitely good and wonderful things about this time we're in, but there's also challenges and struggles. It's an unusual time for us, and we're learning how to cope and learning that we're going to be in this for the long haul to some degree. So learning how to care for ourselves in new ways and to be more perhaps compassionate with ourselves so that we can be there for others, and so that we can be functional at a time where it feels different and challenging. And that we can be open to whatever comes up, really. We're not always in control. So, controlling the things that we can control. And so if you're on your back and you're going to stay there, you can just stay right where you are and keep breathing and feeling relaxed. Or you might choose to roll over onto your right side and come back up to a seated position to come back into your evening. Here in Seattle, it's about 8:30, or 8:25 or whatever. So I'm going to be getting back up, and you might be too. So just bringing yourself up with this kind of soft body and this relaxed breath, so you're not bringing any new tension in, just the amount of tension you need to find your upright spine, coming back to your seat and taking a couple of balanced breaths here before we close. And you might inhale through your nose. Pause at the top, retain the breath. Exhale through your mouth. And do that 2 more times, maybe making the sighing sound if that felt good to you. So inhale, filling the lungs. Pause, let your shoulders relax, and retain the breath briefly, and then just let it out. You could sigh. Last time, inhale. Pause and retain the breath, and then exhale through the mouth. And then just resume your normal breathing. You could bring your hands together at your heart, and you could bow your head to your own practice, to your own inner teacher, your higher self, or your higher power. Thank you so much for joining in, and I will be here tomorrow night at 8 p.m.